By the 1st century AD, Roman Empire ruled vast regions of Europe from Britain in the north to Spain in the west, northern regions of Africa, and had extended towards Asia. Julius Caesar's nephew Augustus Caesar was the emperor. The vast regions of the empire brought power, wealth, and prestige to Rome. But most of the wealth was used to purchase luxuries from around the world. Incense from Arabia, ivory from East Africa, pepper from India, and silk from China, which was purchased through the Eastern merchants. Alexandria and Antioch were the main centers of commerce and exchange of goods. It is recorded 120 ships traveled to India every year through the Alexandria route. Goods also reached Rome through the Parthian Empire through the Arab merchants. Ctesiphon, a city in the banks of Tigris, was a commercial center and greatly benefited from the trade with Rome. It is believed the Chinese silk trade passed through this route. Chinese goods reached India through the Indus Valley River route. This was the normal route for goods to west of India. Some ships also traveled westward towards Arabia. Minagara and Barigasa were Indian port cities where Roman ships exchanged their goods. These ships also picked Chinese silks from Indian markets. Rome also traded extensively with Arabs. Incense and myrrh were possibly the only exports from Arabia itself, but they carried out a very profitable trade with the West in many commodities from India and probably from East Africa. As Roman merchants expanded their trade directly to India, Arab merchants started to lose. A number of Indian commodities were used by Rome. Ebony, used as a furniture, was imported to Rome from India along with other timber overland. Though ebony was the most wanted timber, teak, sandalwood were also traded from India. Various essential oils used in perfumes and as medicines were traded through the Parthians. The largest commodity in tonnage exported from India was, of course, pepper. Pearls, ivory, precious stones for decorating imperial households, and cotton and muslin were also imported. Rome mostly paid back in gold coins, glass, and pottery. There were many Roman coins and amphor unearthed in Kerala, which were from Augustus' reign. The Parthian Empire was a major political and cultural power in ancient Iran. They claimed to be heirs of the great Achaemenid Empire, who at their peak had the greatest area under their rule than any other previous empires in history. The Parthian Empire shared a border with Roman Empire along the river Euphrates. They always fought, but during the time of Augustus in the 1st century, the relationship improved, paving way for a better trade cooperation. The Silk Road from China to Rome passed through Parthian Empire and it formed a major place for trade and commerce. Ctesiphon on the banks of Tigris River was the capital city of the Parthian Empire. The Indo-Parthian kingdom is of particular importance due to its ruler Gondophares. The king Gondophares is mentioned in Acts of Thomas as the apostle making a sea voyage to India and visiting the king. More on the Acts of Thomas in later videos. Muziris, or modern-day Kodunallur near Kochi, is identified as a center for pepper trade of ancient India. Excavations conducted at the site since 2004 have located vast amounts of Roman coins, pottery, beads, and amphorae, showing direct connection with Roman trade. River Periyar flows through this township, connecting interior regions to the sea where pepper would have been growing. The mouth of the Periyar would have been a trader settlement, and many merchant ships would have docked there to load the goods. This was a non-Jewish settlement with a synagogue in the same area. Kerala is still a spice growing nation. Pepper and other spices still abundantly grow here. As the spice trade flourished, farmers would have moved from coast to the hinterland areas, clearing off the forest. Rivers were used to move goods from inland areas to port towns. Indian kingdoms traded with Arab from ancient times over sea, river, and land. Rome traded with Arabs for Indian goods without knowing many of these goods came from Indian kingdoms. As territories of Rome expanded, they started trading directly with these kingdoms, often cutting off Arab middlemen. The Periplus of Erythraean Sea describes the trade route of Rome with Indian Ocean kingdoms. As North Africa came under Rome, the Nile was used for navigating Persian Gulf and to the Indian Ocean kingdoms. From the Horn of Africa, the ships moved close to the coast, exchanging goods from major ports of that time. The route was described in the Periplus as treacherous with the presence of pirates. The work keeps a record of the commodities available at various cities along the route. Romans discovered a quicker route to India with the help of winds during the monsoon season. This helped them to accelerate the trade. Periplus records about 120 Roman ships visiting Indian coast per year during that time. They returned taking advantage of reverse monsoon conditions at the end of the monsoon period.